We are red is on, time being 4:41.
We'll open this meeting of October 20th, 2016. Let the record show Selectman Scanlon and Selectman Dawson are not present and will not be joining us tonight. We have a change in the agenda. Because of that, we rearranged a little bit around, so at this time I'm going to make a motion to go into non-public for RSA 91A:3, personnel.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes. We are red is on, the time being 22 minutes after the hour of 5. I'd like to make a motion to seal the minutes of the non-public session as they pertain to personnel issues.
Second.
Permanently.
Permanently.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do some easy stuff, and then I'll go to some difficult stuff. We received the municipal
What's the good news?
work zone agreement. I'm just trying to remember where this is. Oh, Grant Street. When they're going to be doing Route 3, beginning just north of Grant Street and continuing north 1.5 miles to the pavement joint, approximately 100 feet north of the Tilton Park and Ride. But this isn't going to be this work's not going to be done until 2017, as I recall.
So they're going to pave from Grant Street to the Park and Ride next summer?
Yeah.
They paved it last summer, or the summer before.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Must be some other work.
Well, maybe they're just putting an inch.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the
Inch coat.
MST, the sand mix, which looks good for a year, and then the frost starts cracking through it.
That road's in pretty good shape. I travel it all the time.
It's called the pavement preservation work.
Ah, yes. They're just sealing it over. Good road's good.
Just to make sure that they're saying that department will only compensate for the use of police officers that have successfully completed a New Hampshire DOT-approved course on the safe and effective use of law enforcement in work zones.
We have those officers, do we not?
Yeah, this is weird that they're doing this. Anyway, did you get your invitation to the Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
From Genesis?
Oh, do I have it? In here?
It's in there. That's the one that I was reading.
It came to me.
What is it? Oh, no, this is just Spalding.
Yes, well.
Oh.
When is
Oh,
it?
I'm going.
All right, so could you let me know, because remember, we forgot one year and...
Let me guess, I have a JOB.
Yep. What day is it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
No. Reserved by, doesn't have the date. It says reserved by, oh no, Tuesday, November 15th, 2016 in the dining hall. I go to that every year and
You and I
it's,
had a delightful lunch.
I've always,
Some guy that you knew from years ago or something.
no, I've worked with his father for
His
years.
father.
Yeah.
It's one of those...
And I said, you look just like, and I named the guy, and he said, well,
I'll
that's
go.
because it's my father. Yeah, I'm definitely want to go to that, Joyce.
All right. So can I have that back, so I can...
Let me get the,
What time? There's 2 shifts, I'm sure.
there's 2 shifts, 11 and 12.
I haven't gone in a couple of years.
I usually go to the one that Kim goes to.
What's the date?
The 15th, you're not here.
Correct.
Too bad, because that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
I'm here.
Gail's on.
Oh, okay.
Put me down for noon, Joyce.
Noon?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with whichever one Kim is gonna go to, because Kim and Cindy swap off.
Okay. And will Cindy be able to make up her mind in time? Do you really know?
You want to go last year.
Oh, no?
Just Joe and I. Wasn't it just Joe and I, Joe?
That's all that went over.
Oh,
together.
yes, because we went away.
That's right. No, Dari did go.
Or we went.
Oh, Dory
Right.
did go?
Joe and I sat at the same table and Dory sat at tables.
Yeah. The kids are so great. They really are. They try real hard. They're the servers, and they're right on it. Very serious. Very nice.
Hey, after town meeting, the Department of Revenue Administration sent us a letter and said they were going to disallow warrant Article 8
Yeah.
because we didn't have a two-thirds vote, majority vote, and then wrote her and
Which
said-
one would that be?
This is the 15,000.
Changing the name of the highway fund.
Yeah, for the sidewalks or whatever it was?
Make
Yeah.
sure that people knew it did include sidewalks.
Yep.
So that was granted.
Nice.
I had a phone call today from Mr. Burnham, and he asked me for if he'd gotten a copy of the plot plan from Country Meadows. And I said, I don't know. I said, I know Dari was working on, I said, I know that Dari had asked Mr. Lacasse for one, and I know that he had provided some revisions. I said, but
We have one.
you have one.
We had that last week.
We had, they
And I-
passed it out last week. I don't have one. I would like a copy
Okay,
of
and I
it.
asked, I said, well, did the selectmen give you one at the last meeting?
Yes, we did.
You did give him one?
Yes, we did.
Okay, because he said you didn't.
I don't think you
Maybe he forgot.
Okay.
You don't think he took it? It was,
Anyway, so this is what...
Catherine handed it to him.
Oh, okay, because it was the big one.
We had a 11 by 17 that we gave him.
Maybe he thinks it's supposed to be something else.
He may be looking for full-scale 24 by 36.
No, I said, this is all we have. We don't have to make anything for
You wanted
him.
to see
We
this?
just give him what we have, and that's what Dari has.
I thought for sure he... That's what we got it for last week, so we could hand it to him.
I already made copies for him.
Yep.
Okay, well,
It's in the bag
and-
somewhere.
I left mine on my table, on the table when I didn't know.
You can have that. And then he asked me questions about,
Well, no, this is different because, no, I guess it isn't. Because there was a lot line changes up where his property is, and they were dated 9/26/16.
right, and those notes are on that plan. He has the...
Okay, so, yeah, this is
So
it,
either Dari cleaned it up or Mr. Lacasse cleaned it up, I don't know which.
yeah.
But anyways, he has that. And then he started asking questions about how can, his surveyor had told him that, you can't go changing lines like that, and he went around that. I said, I don't know what to tell you. I said, I said, why don't you go on the website, the NewHampshire.gov, and go under statutes, laws and rules. I said, there's a whole section on manufactured housing parks. I said, maybe you should read that and to find out, how the rules apply to manufactured housing park. And I said, and read your own agreement that you have with your park owner. And I said, that's all I can tell you. But he was very pleasant. All right, we'll go to something Vicky. The voting booths. The only reason I focused...
Hello?
We're in public.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's Tim.
Oh, it's 10?
You recognize your walk?
You just send up a little balloon or something.
delivering it.
You can turn the sign around for,
Oh, you
we're
done?
in public, yeah.
Oh, you are, oh, okay, sorry. And I neglected to put this check with the confidential.
Over that way.
The reason I sent the email to the board, because I hadn't responded to him. He wanted to know, and I wasn't at your meeting. If I knew what you had said, I would have, on my own, just said, oh, they didn't like this, they didn't like that. It just as a courtesy to know, so that, I wasn't offended by him asking at all.
Right.
So is it okay if I go ahead and reply on the voting booths, why we're returning them?
No, absolutely, because
Okay.
that's part of the, why we're returning them.
Yeah, they need to,
You got my email, right?
yes, I did, but remember, John's only one selectman and you're only one selectman, so I don't want to get...
Oh, no, I get it.
Very good. That's why I was waiting for tonight.
Yeah, I don't
Fanny.
respond.
Well, you were asking for information about last week's meeting.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why I gave you the
Yeah.
information in last week's meeting, which Gail had.
And I tried a number of times to listen to, I don't know how you do minutes of the interruptions. Because I tried all of Friday afternoon to listen to that tape. And, Here it is Thursday, and I still do, because you just constantly have to take it out. So I never got to the end of it. And also, I wanted to get to the end of it because I wanted to find out where we are with Winnisquam paving. There was a voicemail message that Dari had referred to me. I didn't need to call back, but this was from the abutter. And you were all copied on the email, were you? Yes, you were.
Yeah.
From-
We got copied on the email, but I don't necessarily agree with that, because we did not tell Mr. Roberts that we would go out, he needed permission to change that. We're not going to pay to change the state's drainage. It was up to them to speak to the state. We know it's the state's drainage, but then he replied very explicitly and said, confirmed that the state said it was okay for the town to do the work. No, it's not okay for the town to do the work. I'm not agreeing to that, and I didn't agree with it when he was here.
Okay, well, what he said was, following up on the copy of the email from Bill Rollins, where he green-lighted the approval to work on the catch basin on the road, we're working with the selectmen on this project. They indicated that the Winnisquam Market is proposing doing the work, and just giving you a heads up, if we don't approve of the work, we are going to be requesting the town to complete it.
That just means that before anything else happens, he has to have a plan
No.
that's professional.
This is the
This is from the
abutter.
abutter.
Oh,
We're not going to finish
No.
it. If either Winnisquam Market does the work, the scope of the work that's needed to do it, including the drainage away from the abutter's property, then we can't agree to that project. In keeping with that, we can't do anything about the drainage portion of it until they get permission. And if the state is giving permission to Winnisquam Market to go ahead and do that work, and not the town to do that work, that's a different story.
Well, this was an email response from Bill Rollins to the abutter, who isn't part of the project.
No, Chuck Robert was in touch with Bill Rollins.
Yeah.
We sent
Who
him.
replies?
We
You
sent
sent him to
Yes.
that, okay.
We sent Chuck
All right.
Roberts, we said, we can't do anything about the two drains, the one up by the lobster trap and the one down by their driveway.
Yeah,
Those are not owned by the town of Tilton.
Right.
We don't
Okay.
have anything to do with them, because they claim the one up by the lobster trap is just as equally the culprit of pushing water. It doesn't go in the drain, it goes around the drain, down into their driveway.
that's way down the road.
It's
What
above the road.
What happens is it goes past that and keeps coming their way, is
Right.
their claim.
Which is downhill. And then it bypasses because it's up just a little bit, and the water bypasses the drain, and it continues across Winnisquam road, our road in Winnisquam parking, and it goes down into their driveway, and it avoids that drain, the second drain on the bottom.
Okay, because our project, our scope of work has nothing to do with the state's drain.
No, but they want to make sure.
Correct.
Right, and what they came for was they wanted to make sure that the project that we're setting forth and agreeing with Winnisquam does not affect or hurt in any way the project that they would like to see happen to fix the water issue with the drainage.
Okay, but Bill Rollins is not addressing the catch basin that's up by the lobster place. Bill Rollins is only addressing one catch basin, which is as you come right out of Winnisquam Market.
You mean John Montalto?
No, I didn't, I thought he addressed both of them in the email.
No.
Hold on. Let me get the email.
It says, subsequent to our meeting, I reviewed the plans available for that area. Based on the plans available, it appears that the catch basin that you are requesting permission to modify is located just inside the New Hampshire state right-of-way. As we discussed yesterday, District 3 has no objections to modifying the catch basin to lower the existing frame and grate, and says that you should get a shoreland permit. That's why I was confused when they were up here, because they kept talking about catch basins. And I said, well, they're not thinking that the sewer manhole is a catch basin.
No.
Now, he's
it's
talking
up
about the
above.
one further up.
Yep. Yep.
All right, well, in
Which-
our agreement with, that we drafted for Winspaw Market doesn't address that.
Well, he's not planning on doing anything with that one.
Okay,
He's only doing the one that his parking lot he wants to
Yeah.
drain to.
yeah,
So he has no concern about the other one.
okay.
So no harm, no
doesn't-
foul.
So doesn't he think that the drain from the lobster place is contributing to the water pooling in front of his?
It might, but if he fixes the grade where he is, that catch basin will handle it.
It will handle it, okay. All right, so I just made a few more typographical corrections on the agreement. Can we send it to Mr. Montaldo?
I didn't have a problem with it.
I don't know if I printed out any better copies or not. Thought I did. So I can go ahead and send that to him? And ask him to review it and come in and talk with you guys again and sign
Yeah.
it, because we're running out of time. Okay. Okay, a fun one. The mock elections. Have you been reading, I mean, they are so gung-ho on this. Have you been reading his things back and forth?
I'd love to go.
Okay, good. Good, because you can play selectmen.
Yeah, I can open the polls.
Yeah.
I've done it for 5 years, 6
Yeah.
years.
And
I know it's done.
And I'd like to go and be Cindy. I'll be the town clerk. Okay?
You'll be
I-
Joyce, you'll just be playing the role of town clerk.
I offered your services already.
Oh, yeah, it's great. They are so gung-ho about
Yeah.
this. And this is so important for these kids, because you know they're listening to what's going on.
Who's
I
going to
think
be
it's
the
really-
supervisors of the checklist?
Well, Bernie,
Bernie's gonna come?
Oh, they're going to have the regular...
Catherine was going to ask Bernie and also ask if Judy was going to be available.
Okay.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes, is Chuck gonna
If
come?
he's available, he'll be there.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
If not, Peter will already be at the school. Maybe you could be Mr. Mitchell.
You're in classes at...
But I have a
at 9 in the
JOB
morning.
that,
I keep telling you, this is the JOB.
well,
What was funny was explaining...
If you head for the
to-
mock election, they might let you go down for a half an hour.
Fortunately,
You want me to talk to Tammy?
sure.
Okay.
It would be
yeah,
great.
they've invited everybody. In talking with the social studies teacher and the principal, I brought with me Chuck's plan. And they
Yep.
were like, oh, this is great.
Oh, they don't expect that to be set up, do they?
It's
Oh,
all
yeah, it's all
gonna,
gonna be
we
set
are
up.
gonna have highway. Here's the plan, Joe, which is why they thought,
Floors and everything.
yes.
Yeah, everything.
Wow.
We,
Does Highway know?
that was one of the.
They will.
Yeah. That was one of the questions. Would it be possible if they could set up earlier so that they could go through the election to know what exactly is entailed in really setting up and going through? What happens if you don't have an ID? What happens, if you want to change your party at the end of the time?
Wow, I didn't realize it was this level of realism.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Well, good.
We said we could, it's not an issue for us to have highway set up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon as opposed to 8 o'clock in the morning, and there's no real issue with that. They're going to set up that same day, the Monday before the election anyway. So we didn't have, and if it was going to help them out in educating the children, why not?
I think it's a good exercise in civics. The responsibility as a voter, how we go through it. Now, there's all this talk about the election is rigged. Well, I'm here to tell everybody in Tilton it's not rigged. It's real serious, and,
Yep.
to actually see what it goes through, that would be a great experience for them.
Yeah.
It was for me. I'd never been involved in elections like that before I did
The
this.
interesting thing was to watch eyeballs spin around when you explain, okay, now this is what the moderator's role is. This is what the
He's telling you
moderator
what the moderator
I'm
does?
telling them.
Oh.
Okay, and then they're looking at the map, and I said, and these are the supervisors of the checklist, and they're
Right.
responsible for, they actually register voters. They say this person we accept you as a legal voter. And then here's the town clerk, and she's in charge of all the ballots. And then the selectmen are over here, and the selectmen are in charge of making sure everything's all set up in the
Right.
voting area. And they had no clue.
And
Well, when I
security and...
initially talked with him, to try to get this all in
Yeah.
place, and I said, there's so many parts and pieces to that. When I spoke with him, he said, I had no idea that it was so in-depth. So, having said that, now that the pieces are, Cindy cannot be there. She's not going to be here. She cannot do that. So without having her there, and obviously they can't have the voting machine there because it's illegal to have there.
We can still do slips of paper.
They have a ballot box. You can use
Hand
that.
them the slips of paper and have the old ballot box.
Right, and you can get the old ballot, well, you can use the one that's downstairs that we made for the Christmas applications.
That's downstairs?
Yeah, it's way
Oh.
downstairs. Or are you using it?
What?
The Christmas box that we made for the Christmas applications.
I'm not using it yet, that's not my priority.
All right, so we can use it temporarily the day before elections.
Yes, until after elections.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have a town ballot box.
All right.
We have a ballot
Where is
box.
that now?
Highway.
Highway, okay. So,
But they want it to be as realistic as possible.
yep, and that would be the only change, and then they can't copy
A real ballot.
real ballot, they have to print out a
Create their own.
fake.
Well, they have
and
to
say-
create their own ballot.
Right. So Chuck talked with them, Joyce has talked with them, I've talked with them, Cindy's talked with them briefly. So we kind of know the setup and everything and what's happening, and then if we're there, we can explain what we do, and I said, oh, don't worry, Joe will be right into that.
Yeah, but they're going to actually be
Let me tell you
voting.
what.
I did tell them
They're
that.
actually going to be voting, so, for real.
Now, are we
There's over 700 that will be voting.
outstanding? Are we going to do challenge ballots and no, you have no picture ID? You have to get in that line over
They're
there?
doing all that.
All of it.
But to speed things up, they're having the kids register during their lunch period.
And we'll have a voter's
roll.
roll, right?
School ID.
Yeah, and then they'll have checklists,
All right.
and then they're going to have it set up, because they kept saying, well, kids are going to forget their ID. when they
Right.
Well, you go over here, and they're going to make up sample affidavits and stuff. And explaining the whole affidavit thing was difficult to understand.
Right.
But, no, it was good. It's timely. It's pertinent as to what's going on.
I want somebody to say, yeah, but you're from Northfield. You can't vote in Tilton.
That may happen.
I've had people come in from Northfield and be there to vote, and my standard line is, if you're a registered Tilton voter, because I've had this happen before, just line up according to your name, otherwise go over to this table. It's like, I'm in Northfield. It's like, well, then you want to go to the Pines. And, there's one or two every single year.
Well, you can set it up like the school district.
How's that?
Northfield, Samerton, go to your right.
We do the school, yeah. We could, but try coordinating that.
We don't have enough parking.
The update on we talked to the chief, and we changed it to 4:30 for the parade to start, so we don't interfere with Tanger Outlet.
Yep.
When do they start?
The parade's going to be at 4:30.
And when does Tanger Outlet start?
5:30.
5:30.
But we do have one other issue, is that he feels that we need to have the judges down by where his vehicle with Fred Caruso will be with the megaphones, down in that area, which would be probably somewhere in the front of the haunted house area.
Yeah.
Where it's not, a little bit before that, where it's not so congested. And then he's going to go to the school and have them make up a pumpkin on like a popsicle stick or something, with numbers like 1 to 20. And then the judges, we have to figure out, are you going to be a judge? Okay, so we need your table for judges. We need some more judges for your table. And then you would hand who you think would be a good candidate. And then
First cut.
on the back of it, you say, please come back to the table after the parade. And then, so you have 20 to judge from. And then we need to make a decision to buy the children's prizes, whether we do, 10 or 20 $10 prizes for Walmart or whatever. We can do that. And, we have prizes for the business owners downtown. We
The
have
chief is putting that together, right?
The chief already has
I've
that.
seen Judy Tilton's costume, it's pretty amazing.
What is it now?
I'm not gonna tell you. Oh,
Whose costume?
she made it.
Judy Tilton.
Really?
Yeah,
She's very inventive, very crafty
I had
person.
no
so-
idea.
Well,
Oh, no, she's all about,
so
Let's
then, the chief and I were talking a little bit about it today. So the select, John and I and Joe and Jane will be the business, and Peter, if you want to be involved in
Well,
it.
can't you do the kids too?
We can if you want. If you wanted us to do the kids
Oh,
at
yeah.
4, and then we could walk around and do the businesses, we could do that.
or we go the other way around. We do
What
the
do you
kids
mean
at
do the kids at
4:30 and
4?
then we walk around beforehand for the businesses.
We could do that, too.
What do you mean?
Because there's a half hour to
We
go around.
we
the street.
judge the business owners on their costume,
Yeah.
and they have 4 prizes.
Okay.
First,
And when do
second,
you-
third,
When
fourth.
do you judge them?
Usually, we go around about 4:30 or so
Oh,
and
you
go
do it at
around.
4:30.
But we
We'll do
don't
it at
have to
4.
do it
Oh,
at 4:30.
Go at 4
Yeah,
So we
and
could-
then at 4:30 we can judge the
and
kids.
judge the kids.
Now,
Sign me up.
now there's one more little twist to this.
Oh, great.
I called today and got a,
We're on camera, Savannah?
yes, it
Oh,
does
okay.
matter.
Oh, it does matter. I didn't know if it was supposed to be a secret.
I called today and got a prize for the best dog costume.
Oh, you did? So we got-
Buick
we got-
Skylark, 1974.
I mean,
No.
it's something.
Well, we got to put that on our thing.
So, yes, one prize. It is just one and only one. We don't want to put it on the thing because then we'll
And no dachshund in a hot dog
Right,
suit.
but how do we,
That's way tired.
how do we let people know to dress up their dogs? Because that was suggested in
There
our
were a
staff meeting.
lot of dogs that were there dressed up at the Halloween for the
Okay,
last
well.
3 years.
There were a bunch of them. That's
There
why
were a
this
lot
came
of
up.
them. That's why it came up.
Did Catherine make the thing for out here in the water trough?
Yes,
Yes.
Catherine and Helen.
They did?
That's
Yeah.
quite a thing.
Take a picture and
Did
put
you
it-
notice that, Peter?
Put it on the
Yeah, I think
website.
it-
Hay bales
But
and,
isn't it 90 degrees off? It's hard to see going, to me, if you turn it 90,
Yeah.
because it's sort of turn your head, okay, you see.
I think they were afraid that people coming from up West Maine wouldn't be able to see if they, coming down East Maine, you could see it, but you couldn't see it the other way as well.
We should take a picture of that. I'll go out tomorrow and take a
That's
picture.
that's a good thing.
I noticed it the first time today.
Yeah. Oh,
And thank you to Helen and Catherine for doing that.
so
That's
what do you
good.
think? We've got one. I could probably try another, like a pet food supply company to see if they'll donate a second prize, but I don't think how many did you make of these?
Oh, I didn't. Well, that's what I wanted to tell you. It says the Rotary created 600 flyers for the 3 elementary schools and the superintendent's office. And the superintendent's office is electronically notifying the middle school and high school. So you may have lots more kids than usual. Thanks for your help. Barbara,
Good.
Lynn, Tilton
Good, bring it on.
We're in trouble.
And bring it on. We have plenty of officers for
But-
security.
But she's waiting for me to email this to her because she wants to do both on the same side. So that what goes out.
Oh,
to the
okay, one
schools,
goes on,
yeah.
one on one side, one on the other, okay. So,
The bottom one.
I don't really care, so you could just say top prize to the best dressed dog.
Okay.
What are we gonna
We
do?
already put those up in the high school, the black
Oh, there,
ones.
the black ones are
I've
up?
seen one of the black ones up.
There you go.
What do you wanna do for prizes for the children? Got any suggestions?
Buick Skylark.
Yeah. Where, Walmart?
I'm just wondering about the Buick Skylark.
No, what about like a Walmart?
Yeah, the kids,
Kids, I mean,
the
like,
kids loved having they like the little Walmart cards. I think I got 10.
Gift cards are good because they can go what they want.
so we have
Yeah.
600, let's go, I think we should go with the 20 and do the top 20.
Do the top 20.
Just do,
Times 20.
yeah.
I think we should have one grand champion.
They were just $10 gift cards.
Right, $10 gift cards.
Yeah, so I did, last year we did $10 gift cards.
Well, you want to do 10 and then fives, and then do the two top guys?
There should be a champion.
Yeah, there should be a champion.
You mean everyone doesn't get a trophy?
No,
And last year we broke it up because we had so many.
I'm
we
realistic.
had
Not everybody
donated
deserves a
prizes.
trophy.
Yeah.
We broke them down into age groups, but you want to just keep all, just,
Yeah, just
All
kids are
together.
kids, right.
Kids are kids.
and including teenagers.
Of
'Cause
course.
there were some teenagers that had
The
some.
two little lambs in the other, you remember those? That was a costume. That was a winner. If you're out there, although these aren't little
They
babies
change 'em.
anymore.
They change them.
Well, I liked the two, they were teenage girls, and they were dressed up like old ladies, and then their little signs that said, oh, we're the oldest best friends, something like that, like we're old best friends. And I thought,
Nice.
Isn't that sweet?
Nice.
How is it gonna be done? How are you gonna judge them? Are they gonna
We're gonna wing it.
table with
They're gonna start up,
empty?
they're gonna start at T-Hop, and then they're gonna come up to the fitness center, and then go back down.
Yeah.
And then when they're coming back down, that's when you hand them the popsicle sticks, and then they come back to the table.
Or I guess, sorry.
It's gonna be a pumpkin and a popsicle stick that says, "Come back to the table." The school, chief's gonna have the school make them. And then
Excellent.
one for the dog. I have no idea.
Okay, so, and are these things numbered, or are they gonna be?
The 1 to 20.
1 to 20. So, okay, but so will the judging happen
When the
you hand-
20 come back, then you decide which is the best.
Okay.
The best of the best,
Oh, okay.
out of the
All
20.
right, but there'll be people there saying, okay, this one, that
Right,
when they
right,
come
right.
Yeah,
back,
was
then-
they, as they go up, I really like the devil costume or something. On the way back down, you hand them the
Right.
pumpkin.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be a all the way up, all the way down thing. And it's like at the end of the
Okay.
parade, come back and see us.
Okay, now what happens when their costumes are so great and you've already handed out,
You won't,
10 of them, and it's
there
like,
might
Well,
be.
they're gonna
They're
pass
different.
by you first, so
Yeah.
you got an idea. And then the judges, you say, okay, all right, and you kind of make note of it,
Yeah.
and when they're coming back down,
come back, then you get.
you each...
Yeah, when they come back down.
Popsicle sticks, when you see them,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. And
Okay,
you
when they
you
come
tell them,
back, okay.
on their
Yeah.
way back, you tell them, and you
And then we huddle for a few minutes and we'll have notes. It says
Yeah.
number 17 was the little lambs or
Yeah.
whatever, and we'll vote then.
Okay, good.
Ta-da.
Well, that should go smoother, because last year we were getting, because I was taking pictures, we were getting the parents' permission, the parent was filling out the thing, and it was too much.
Horror
It was
show.
Too much.
Here's a pumpkin on a stick. Come back and see
Yeah.
us. And there might be some picture things then, but that way we wouldn't have to mess
So we
with
can give out a
everything.
lot more pumpkin sticks, but we're only giving so many presents.
So many prizes.
Now, I don't know if the dogs are going to be in the parade or not. I guess we're going to just have to see the dogs
wing it.
along the way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe they'll be in the
Right,
parade.
and we're gonna be right in the middle, right? We're gonna
Yeah.
be- Yeah. so
Right smack in the middle.
So what are you gonna be dressed up as?
I'm not,
I'm gonna
me.
go as a biker. I have all the gear.
And you're gonna go as a hippie, right? Peter?
He's got the hair for it.
Got the hair for it.
Long hair, don't care.
There you go.
Gail, are you gonna be there? Megan?
Oh, you'll be out of town or whatever, right?
Last year I was a
To be out of town.
Okay, good enough.
kitty cat. I'll have to think of something.
You'd like thanks
All right, so that was
Halloween
fun.
next
All right.
year.
All right.
So is there anything else I have to do, other than?
I have a clown costume, but that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
My friend Mo the Clown doesn't wear a clown suit anymore.
Nope, I know.
Scares the
All
children.
right, so you want me to go get 10 gift cards or 10 gift cards?
No, 20.
20 gift cards, okay.
So we need top prizes, and I wouldn't spend more than the 200, mix them up.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah,
That's good.
that comes out of town hall.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're not, last
The
year,
candy budget?
yeah, last year we had candy, but we won't do candy, we'll just do
Yeah,
prizes.
yeah.
Okay. Last week, Dari had given the board a new
Yes.
policy on inspection of new businesses, and I wasn't present for that, but.
Yep. We asked them to go back and
Yeah.
look at it so it would be
what he
more
did
explicit.
Did they have copies of it?
Yep.
Okay. So I want to reread this.
Okay, so he changed it, instead of with improvements, which left the door open to many, he put with building permit, without building permit. Because if you need a building permit, you need it looks like this, gentlemen.
I don't think I threw that away.
You got a new one tonight.
All right, there we go. Excellent, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of,
You did?
I have 2 copies, maybe. Yeah, I got two copies here.
No, one's old and one's new.
What's the date I should be looking at?
10/20.
You have a different, oh,
You got it?
I've got 10/20, Joyce. Thank you very much.
So way on the bottom, on the old one, it said, with improvements, right here.
Yep.
And then we thought without major improvements. The problem is, we have stores, downtown Bangor, that leave, and a new store comes in, and there's no alterations or anything, they just change paint color, and that's it.
If I bought the cupcake place and sold cupcakes, I wouldn't have to do anything.
We wouldn't have to do anything, and so retail, and it would be a flat fee of $50, which would include the building permit, and then 10 cents a square foot instead of the 20 cents a square foot, which would be way up here if it were a new building addition or alteration.
More like the pass this and that changeover?
Exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Exactly. Exactly. There was no room for any, it's a gray area, and there was absolutely no room on the fee schedule for that gray area. And so Dari has put that in there for that, sort of like the resource center down there.
Yeah.
That took over the book center.
Yeah.
Perfect
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to accept it.
I'll
The
second your
new fee
motion.
schedule as of 10/20/2016.
I will second your motion.
Any discussion?
Let's see. So if I want to re-side my house, I have to pay $50.
No,
They wanna-
because you wouldn't
I
get a
don't-
building permit.
You wouldn't get a building permit for reciting.
Residential 1 and 2 family and manufactured housing. Exterior replacement of siding, windows, roofing. Permit fee $50.
It is what it says.
I didn't know we charged for siding, but.
Well, that-
Okay, yeah, you're right, Peter.
That I'd have some questions on.
And this doesn't make any kind of a difference between completely siding a house
And this,
and me replacing 3 strips of vinyl that
That's
fell
correct.
off,
that's correct.
which would cost me technically $50.
Right, but usually when someone comes in and talks with Al for something like that, he'd probably say, no, you don't have to do that. I don't have to go check to make sure that you replace 3 strips.
More than likely, but that's not what this says. Seems like it could be used as a club if somebody wanted to. And we have Al as the code enforcement guy now, but that doesn't mean Al's always going to be the code enforcement guy. And the next code enforcement guy would look at this and say 3 strips, $50. It's written right down there. You know, that letter of the law thing and not enforcing our
But
ordinances.
it says
and blah,
no
blah.
permit required for minimal routine maintenance repair, and that would fall
Again,
under...
define that.
Replacement of
I
siding.
know, but now you're getting into a really, I mean,
But
no
that-
matter
that
what
falls-
rule or regulation you're gonna do, it's sort of like kind of splitting hairs. You have to have 5 years ago, we didn't have anything like this, and then it got to be, as situations came, we certainly were not in keeping with our fee structure as opposed to other communities, and we upped it. But now it's just correcting. This has been in existing for what, 3-4 years, Joe?
Yeah,
Around that.
yeah.
So this has
There
been
is
in
some
existing.
tweaking to
We're
this.
just trying to
But
define.
nonetheless, I'm looking at this, I can understand roofing, but if I want to remove one window and put in another window, it shouldn't cost me $50, because they don't come out and even look at that. I wouldn't even bother to go and see Al if I was replacing a window.
Well, if I redo my roofing and it leaks, that's on me.
Yeah, that metal roof could blow across the way and land in my yard, and having somebody inspect that's done properly. Shingles, whatever, right? But those sheets of metal will slice your head off. And that's a stretch, nonetheless. I mean, like a window, I'm looking to move my door 2 feet around the corner, side door. Does that mean that I have to have a building inspector come and pay $50 for the privilege of changing the door in my house? I object.
According to this, you do.
It does. And I object to that.
And if you say...
It's my house, and if I want to put in like I say, maybe a stretch to the roofing,
Right.
but a door, a window, 3 strips of siding,
But if you have a contractor, that's all built into the fee to begin with, because
if you
they're
have
the
a
ones that are...
contractor, but I do my own contracting, lots of people do.
Yeah.
And they're still subject to the same licensing and requirements by this ordinance. As far as I can tell, there's no differentiation. If you're putting an addition on, a deck, winding stairways on the outside of the building, I can see where there's some safety issues should be addressed. But this seems like it could be, I don't know, I don't want to pay $50 to move my door. Maybe it's just me, I'm cheap.
Well,
Or I
we
get a
can
broken
certainly
window
take
and
a-
I've got to replace it, according to...
Technically.
So I guess then if you would have issues with that existing ones, then we could go, I mean, there's nothing holding us from putting this in because there's a gray area and there's situations in downtown and around right now that probably would need this in here. And then go back to Dari and say, listen, or meet with Dari, have Dari come in and say,
And
you know what?
explain our concerns.
And explain our concerns and say, listen, I think we really need to look at this because here's our question. If I want to replace one window, do I have to pay $50? I agree with you.
And how does
If I
that
wanna just
account for
replace
that being in here?
Right.
You know, how's it codified? That's
Right.
my concern.
On the revenue side of it, right, exactly.
I'm not
because
against the fee.
Why do we need to go out and inspect if I have someone just replace one window? I agree with you on
Or
that
move
one.
my door 2 feet.
Right.
It's my door. Just saying.
Well, I would think that they would need to make sure that you're not compromising the upper structure of it. I'm
After
not a
it's
builder.
done, and you're absolutely right, it has to be framed properly,
Right.
but after it's done, and he comes out and inspects it, unless he
would
rips
think if
half the
you're-
wall down, he wouldn't know.
Right.
Yeah, if you're replacing something as part of
Right.
routine maintenance, so, do you have to replace siding? Is that a routine maintenance?
Yeah, you do. Like, I have aluminum siding. In the next 5 years, I know I'm going to replace it to something vinyl.
Okay.
So if I'm doing my whole house, I'm having a contractor do it. There's no way I'm getting up that many,
Yeah.
so they would come and
Same
pull
with
the
the
permit.
roof, yeah.
It would cost me for them to come and pull a permit. He would come out and say, okay, yeah, you're doing that. But that also generates something with the tax card as well. This is what this is doing. You know, it's generating,
Upgrade, maybe upgrade there from a A to
And if I go from shingles to metal, I understand that on my roof. That's an upgrade.
right, so there,
I get it.
So
A
that
deck, I get it.
For the change it to the tax card. It's not just him going out and doing something.
right, it's not just the inspector, it's actually trying to keep track of what, and then updating the tax card so that we don't have to have somebody come knocking at the door and say, did you do this, 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 this? Part of that, I guess,
If
is
you
is
could
doing
plant
that.
a seed, Joyce, about our concerns,
Yeah.
that would be great. I think we can clean it up all right so that it's spelled out more,
But
because it
right
does
now,
seem
this
vague.
new concept is,
Right now, we have, we have a motion, and, I mean, I don't see anything holding us back from that, but I do have kind of the same concerns that everyone else has. We might want to take a look at that, you know, in the
maybe
near
you could put
future.
a dollar limit on the
Right.
costs.
Uh,
You know, if you're doing, you know, how to define minimal routine maintenance, probably through a dollar limit.
That's an ambiguous statement. So just let them work it out.
Yep.
They're professionals, and I'm sure that they can work out language that would cover those things. I call the question.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Opposed?
No,
Okay.
I want it done beforehand, because now we have to chase after them.
All we were doing, this is already in place. I want them to go back and look at it.
What do you
This
mean,
part's in
go
place.
back?
The-
Right.
Motion was
This
the
part's a-
certificate of occupancy.
Right.
That's right. We're only talking
This part's
about
already in
changing
place.
that. The rest of it's in place.
This has been in place for about 4 years, Peter.
So we have something that's, to me, has been defective for 4 years that we haven't.
This is what's,
No,
we're adding on the
not
bottom here.
I
I
don't
don't think it's defective, I
No.
think it's,
We
I
need to go back
think
and...
times have changed and we need to relook
You
at
have
the,
something that is arbitrary.
right,
True enough, and he's going to clean it up and get it back to us.
right. So,
Because we didn't even know it was
Go back
arbitrary until
and
right
through
now.
his inspection, his building permit reports, he lists what it's for. We can easily see how often this comes up.
Right.
To know if it's even ever been used.
right.
And maybe it never has been. Al, it seems to
So
exhibit
it's
good
not
common
something to not,
sense.
it,
But it's ambiguous by the statute, by the ordinance. That's all I'm saying.
so Peter, it's not something to overlook, it's something to correct. You've pointed out something that
Okay.
Probably needs to
I'll withdraw
do-
the no and switch to yes.
Because that's only on that bottom section.
where, what we need to do is go ahead and correct it, and you're going to get with Dari, or do you want to invite him in, or what do you want to do?
Oh, I'll
Just
talk
meet
to
with
him.
them? Okay.
We'll talk to him tomorrow, yeah.
Talk to him, he can come in, we can see what he's come up with.
All right.
Maybe once he comes up with something, he can come and talk.
Yep.
Maybe add other stuff to it, so. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Winnisquam Resort garbage pickup next week.
Yes.
Okay.
I did talk with, just for the record, I did talk to the other person. It is still a viable proposal, but the portion that goes to NRRA would be our portion of that. So the money, Casella picks up that portion of it, whereas the other one would not. So we need to look at the, where, apples to apples.
What we need is tonnages, costs, so we can work it backwards to see that
What it
even
would
though
be.
we don't pay, what we are actually paying.
Right, that was my next thing.
Okay.
So we need to take a look at that. So, you know,
They're still
asked
able
if
to
he-
put out 5 bags if they do so desire,
Right.
right?
yeah,
Everybody can.
we need to, what Joyce is referring to is we really, Tim and Joyce were prepared to come up and sit with the Board of Selectmen to try to hash out where we're going with the trash. Last week, you were not here, Joe, so why don't you give them the update on the Casella accepting? They gave us the
Oh, yes,
information on
they-
Casella.
Yeah, see, right now, The ball has been in Casella's court to get
Yes.
the agreement back to us, and they were holding off because they wanted to see what the tonnages were doing. And his email came back saying, we've looked at it, we don't think it's that big of a problem, so we're just gonna, go back to what we'd originally proposed. But they still wanted the waivers.
So
Where do we stand on the waivers?
I have not done anything until we have
we
signed the
had
contract.
signed contract,
I
right?
haven't sent out any informational flyers.
Has the contract been signed?
Why?
Has it been
No,
signed?
we need to talk about it because the issue of the other other proposal came about, and that's why we were going to sit down finally and spend an hour on this tonight, but without the other two selectmen, we really can't make
It
a
wouldn't be
decision.
fair.
Right.
But I gotta tell you, this has been vital for
Right.
some time, and only becomes more vital as we go forward.
Right.
So we either have to really sit down and buckle down next week, but we do have another resident, the same resident coming in that we said 2 weeks, that next week for answers.
Well, regardless of whether the same resident comes in, all the residents are affected by this, what's happening with this garbage thing.
Right, and also with our ordinance, that needs to be looked
Updated.
at.
The littering ordinance.
No, the trash.
Trash ordinance.
Right.
Trash.
Because it will figure, you need to be clear, because you gotta treat people the same. If you're gonna do it for this 1 year, how you're gonna do it for everybody else, and that will include Jensen's.
Include whom?
Jensen's Park. If you're gonna do it for them.
We had because they were one entity, that it wasn't a house-by-house thing. The Jensen's was a thing. Jensen's is Jensen. Just so happens they have lots of stuff inside, just like if it was an apartment building. It's not, it's individual units.
I misspoke. I meant we've got other manufactured housing parks.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Is that a manufactured housing park or a condominium association?
I'm talking about two different things now. I'm talking about, we need to look at the manufactured housing parks, who's being picked up and who isn't, and then with the condominium associations, because it's so many units per parcel,
Yeah,
and this exceeds the units
5,
per
I think,
parcel.
yeah.
They're individually owned.
And that's why we didn't pick it up before.
So,
They've never been picked up.
That's right, and that's why. Because there's so many units on the parcel.
That, and because so many of the units are seasonal units. I should say, they're not year-round occupied units. Okay? Because they are used, but just usually on the weekends. That they need somewhere to put their refuse, and they're physically not here to put it out, so they've always had a dumpster.
Because we do provide, real close to that particular location, an alternative. Not like they have no alternative. They don't have
Right.
curbside because of the sides of the
Right,
roads.
they
and
could, it would
I
just
think
be,
we've got other condominium associations with over 5 that currently are getting curbside pickup. I'm gonna have to...
I'm not sure why that would be.
Because it's always been done that way, most likely.
Well, you were right, we do need to treat everybody the
to
same.
look at that.
Uh-huh.
Because some do it by choice, and we also have some multifamilies over 5 units that are still putting out garbage bags when they should have a dumpster.
Well, we have to enforce our ordinance or change it.
Right, and we haven't been doing anything because once we sign a contract, and these are the rules, guys.
Yeah.
These are the rules you gotta follow.
Yeah.
And if we're not following our own rules, how can we tell them to say, pick this one up, but don't pick that one up?
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Okay. So we'll be ready for that next week.
Yep.
Okay, and then, this is the equalization survey that, that isn't the survey, that is, by signing that, you're giving Lauren permission to do the survey and to transmit it. And when it's done, you'll look at it, and then I'll send that to, then we go click, and it goes to DRA. and it's due in December, so that's still part of her contract. And I just got our insurance rates today. Tim and I haven't had a chance to play with them. We'll have something for your next meeting. The only things that I'm waiting for on the budget, I got the unemployment, the property liability, and the workers' comp. They went up slightly. With our health insurance, both of our plans that we offer for small groups went up 5.3%, which isn't that bad.
5%?
And the life insurance is the same, the dental's the same, the long-term disability is the same, and the short-term disability went down 2 cents per thousand.
They threw us a bone.
Yeah, so we haven't analyzed those numbers yet, and to come back with you with suggestions.
So next week,
Yeah, for next week. And so,
got a busy week next week.
yeah, there's just a lot to do for the end of the year. Let me just check it out. Caleb Hill, request for proposal.
What are we doing with that?
I'm just waiting for the board to say, go ahead and send it out.
Go ahead and send it out.
Okay, the question I had is, when I send this out, all these contractors are gonna come back, these engineering firms are gonna come back with like huge books. Yep, and they're gonna go out there and they're gonna be looking at everything, and they're gonna put a lot of time and energy into it. And it's like, all we're looking for is just requests for qualifications. So we can put a provision in that saying, you don't have to send us all that stuff. Once we
Yeah.
review this
Yeah.
and we select 3, we'll get in touch with you, and then you can go out.
Send all that stuff.
Send all that stuff.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't want to have to go
Are you
through.
doing that off of a list from DOT of pre-qualified? Don't they have a
I don't
list?
I don't know if they do have a list, but,
Because when we do sewer, we do that
You do?
with state aid grant and rural development.
okay.
See if they got one. If they got one, that
Yeah, we
solves
have
that,
to,
right?
Because they're using federal highway money. Yeah, I was gonna do a good search. A question on the RFP for assessing, because there's firms all over the state. Do you want me to send them to all of the firms? And then bring the file up? Let's see, 10, 20, there's probably at least 25 firms that are certified by the state for assessing. A lot of them are up in the North Country. So do you want me to go ahead and send them to them as well, or just stay safe? I mean, if they can, if they don't
I
have,
would send them to everybody.
okay, because if they don't have people down here, they're not gonna,
Yeah, and if
It's
they're
like
gonna
that.
try to charge us $50 an hour for travel time, that's gonna affect their bid, and, you know, maybe we only end up in a pool around us, but everybody should have a shot. Who knows?
yeah, I mean, I have them all ready to go, so this one.
I like Avatar, but the price we pay, we should definitely throw this one back out there.
Oh, Morrison Avenue letters. From last week's meeting, Gail said that Highway had to go do some work on some trees. I just didn't know who I was to give these to. Are you still doing that? Can't wait until Monday?
I was gonna say, if you wait. till
Monday, we have somebody that we will have to get it from Peter, so there you go.
Okay.
We can take them over Monday when we...
Here you go, buddy.
When we go over Monday morning, we can take it, and I'm gonna take them for a drive around town, show them some spots. Yeah, that's what I plan on anyway. That's what we
Taking
said.
the blue or the black?
I think I'm taking the pickup.
We still need one more person for the zoning board, so we can convene a meeting.
I understand that there was one more person that had made application.
Yes, and I haven't been able to contact that person, so, trash, very important, the library, Hall Memorial Library, they're doing November is Dinosaur Reading Month, so they have all these books.
They're
on
teaching dinosaurs to read now.
Yeah,
Okay. Tax dollars at work.
and so they have pages from the book that they're reading that they have blown up, and they're gonna put them in all the windows of all the businesses downtown. So the kids get to read, and when they go and they get a thing, then they get a bookmark, as long as they participate. So I
Okay.
said I'd get the permission of the selectmen, but could we put one on the inside of our window? I could either put it right in my window.
I would
or
vote
could put it
yes.
Down over behind.
I find it refreshing that the library has engaged with us. That hasn't happened in all my time here, so I'm all in favor of it.
I knew you would be, but I just didn't want you to be surprised and say, well, why are all these kids standing in front of the town hall?
I like the library, Joyce, I just object to the price.
It's cheaper than a magazine subscription.
Oh, well, no, I agree, I have a library card.
Okay, you do, okay, good.
It's not that I don't use the facility. I just object to the price.
Okay, we did everything that's critical.
I have one thing from our welfare officer. She wanted everyone to know that the Christmas fund applications will be available early to mid-November.
Early to mid-November for the Christmas fund applications.
All right, what day is, we have
Dead.
Thanksgiving, and then we have Friday off, right? The 24th and the 25th.
And we also have Veterans Day. We have Election Day, Tuesday, November 8th.
You have that off?
No, but we're busy. Everybody's busy.
I'm looking for days that the office is closed. The 24th and 25th in November, it's closed, correct?
Yes, and also Friday, November 11th is Veterans Day.
And veterans.
Joyce, is that the Best Way person?
So,
Is he the last name? Remember that person from Best Way?
Oh, no.
Different person?
Yeah, yes.
do you have,
There was somebody by that name that worked
are you,
for Best Way.
on Christmas? Is on a Sunday? Which day do the employees get off, the Monday or the Friday?
Monday.
Said Monday.
Yeah, because of the holidays.
So
Saturday
then the
Friday.
Go with January 2nd.
So their half-day would be on Friday, the 23rd?
Yep,
So our Christmas party would be the morning of the 23rd.
So it's a whole day on the 23rd.
Pretty much. Well, they don't come till like noon or so. Okay.
so we'll take the 26th as the holiday.
Right. And then the same way with
And the 2nd.
the 2nd.
I wish Christmas would always be on a Sunday. Because that's great, because you've got Christmas Eve on a Saturday, get out of work early on Friday, and then you have Monday to relax. So you can relax.
I think that's a great idea. I'm going to send that recommendation on to Santa, and we'll see what he'll do.
All right, does the,
So same on, but we don't close early on Friday, December 30th.
selectmen have anything that comes before us, needs to be taken care of tonight?
The only thing that I have is that as of tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I'll be back on the board for Lakes Regional Access TV. They've asked me to come back, and I went to a meeting, met the new station manager, Grace McNamara, and the new board, of which Chan Eddy is the board chair, and I was very impressed with the progress they've made and the new business model funding and fee structure that they have. So if I can help them any way going forward as a member at large, representing Tilton, but not representing Tilton per se, in my selectman's capacity, not representing the board, Just for informational purposes, I will be working on that.
Now, do you still go, who goes to the RCC meetings? Not, you
I do.
still go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't hit the
And
last
Jane
one because
goes?
there was a
Okay.
conflict. I represent the planning commission and Jane represents Tilton.
Okay. All right. And then you're going to be here Monday night for the planning commission?
Yes.
Okay.
What day is that on again?
Monday, the 24th at 6 o'clock.
Seems like I got a
So I should plan to be here to
conflict.
open stuff up.
I'm just a popular
Monday,
guy.
the
No, I'm good. I'm on LRPC.
Lakes Region Planning Commission, this meeting here? You're good.
No, that's on Wednesday.
Isn't that the 26th? I thought.
I have Monday, the 24th. I just read that thing. It's a Saturday meeting.
Okay, there's two different things. Lakes Region Planning Commission?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Fire Commission. That's on Wednesday.
No.
So we're back to square one on that one.
Yeah, let me pull up the calendar. For October 24th.
What's, while she's pulling up the
Commissioner, right, Joe?
Yes.
while she's pulling up the calendar, it's what?
There's nothing on the calendar for that. The Fire Commission is a meeting on 12:30 on the 26th, but nothing for Lakes Region Planning.
Our October meeting will feature two, blah, 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 blah.
On what date?
It says October 24th, 6 PM Tilton.
Yes.
October 24th, 6 PM till.
It's fine, I'll put it on now.
Okay.
And I will talk with Dave Jeffers and find out exactly why. Scheduling it here is no problem unless we have something already scheduled and there's a conflict. You have to call, at least give us a courtesy.
Right. The only thing would be Parks Commission, right? Or Conservation.
Sewer Commission doesn't meet on
Tuesday.
Tuesday. There you go.
Yeah, Tuesday.
It's open.
What's happening with the painting, the parking spaces?
I gotta check with Catherine, they were supposed to contact her because of my JOB. So I'm gonna call both the contractor and talk to Catherine, find out where we're at.
Can they still paint in this? They can, okay. All right, so that, we need to make that a priority next week, because that's really getting into the nitty-gritty here. Or perhaps, oh, we can't, never mind. I was gonna say perhaps we have a road agent, but he doesn't know the history and where the blocks are and where all the changes are and all of that, so.
What time was that, LR?
That's just for when a small market comes in, that's what we'll be working off of.
Okay. Last week, we agreed to get the T-shirts to the guys at the highway. I ordered them. Also ordered their winter jackets. I met with BB Chain out there. We have all but Leland and Brock on the jackets, but Brock said he didn't need one.
He should have one with his name on it, right?
No, the winter jackets, they're the fluorescent.
Oh, he's got a fluorescent?
Yeah. And, so I also ordered the short sleeve shirts for the new hires as well.
Presumptuous.
And they're here.
Yeah, but you're assuming they're gonna be here in short sleeve weather.
Well, still gonna need it.
That's nothing but a bad joke. I'm sorry I brought it up.
It was a little bit cheaper to order it all at once, but also the winter lined gloves, we only had a couple in the drawer, and the ones that we had in the drawer only fit, actually only fit one person, really. So,
Jack
yep.
or John? It's either Jack or John, one end or the other.
And so I ordered two of the ones that would fit the others.
So you each get two pair of gloves.
A backup and one to wear.
Okay.
So, yeah, they were $6 a piece, so,
Where'd that money coming from?
yeah. They were very appreciative. extremely appreciative. So
Surprised they didn't say anything before.
I think I don't think that they knew what,
Okay.
particularly the new ones, they were dealing with it, but we're going to take up the issue with the trailer next week. We'll have everyone here. Amnesty Week, so far, they've got it handled. It's going well.
It is Amnesty Week right now, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So any town residents who wanted to bring something, a TV or a propane bottle or whatever, can bring that down at no charge to the town garage transfer station until Saturday, and that's all day long, right?
Yep, 8 to 4.
8 to 4. So avail yourself of what you've paid for.
All right, if no other business, we have the minutes, and that's about it.
I will make a motion to bring the minutes of Thursday, October 13th to the floor for
We have
discussion.
September 29, but
Never mind then, I don't have that one.
I have 2.
29 and 13.
About 13, right?
26 is the old one. Yeah, you want to read it?
I read that one. I thought that one, it was already done.
No.
Okay, let me start over again. I would like to bring the minutes of September 26, 2016 to the floor for discussion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of September 22nd, 2016 as presented.
Second?
Yes?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to bring the minutes of Thursday, October 13th, 2016 to the floor for discussion.
Second. Huh?
I'm bound and determined to get the 13th in there. Except for the 29th, I don't think I have.
Mine's the same, the two.
13, 26, 29th. Okay, so, starting over again, I would like to make a motion to bring the minutes of Thursday, September 29th, 2016 to the floor for discussion.
Second.
All those in favor?
All those in favor?
Yes?
Yes.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
Second?
Third.
Those in
Yes?
favor?
Yes.
Make a motion, we bring the minutes of October 13th, 2016 to the table for discussion.
I can't believe you slapped me around.
Payback.
We could have just done it out of order
Do you
now.
want a second or should I? Am I playing Jerry tonight?
No, go right ahead. You can be
Second.
Jerry. Yes?
All those in favor? I have much too much fun here.
I haven't even been eating candy. One little mint. Point of clarification, Madam Chair.
Yeah,
Clothing,
yeah.
was there a price tag attached to this? Were there
Yeah.
any,
It was,
that sounds like it could add up to a lot of money.
the long sleeve shirts were 15,
Oh, that's
and
not,
the 15 or 16, depending on size. And then the jackets, with what we got for the crew the other day, and the gloves, it was $274.
so it's under $500.
$274 for everything.
Yeah.
And the new hire that should be coming
Yeah.
doesn't have a jacket yet.
Okay,
Everything else has been ordered.
thank you very much.
What?
I'm just so silly tonight, I can't even believe it. It was decided to put the benches together under a tarp. And I'm thinking to myself, why did they take the benches apart together? And why would they put them together under a tarp?
They didn't want to haul them out and put them in the house.
I don't know. And I haven't been drinking either, Peter, I see that look.
Important town business.
And Madam Chair, I don't know if the reason the discussion of impact proposals in italics, excuse me, in italics, was not sure if you wanted those included in that. On page 2.
I don't see any need for putting them in there. See, I see it in italics, and I don't think it belongs there, but because it's right under resident driveway permit as well. So, yeah. Do we need a motion for the zoning board applicant?
I don't think we have a form.
I made a
They're
motion
signed,
last
We have
week.
the agreement of 3.
I mean, when in doubt, make a motion.
Sure. When does the sidewalk project begin? Do we have a date yet?
First or second week in November.
I mailed him a copy of it. Or emailed him a copy of
Well, which one?
R&D.
Oh, okay.
So when should our guys start taking down the ring?
They're gonna have to let us know, because they're gonna have to coordinate.
And we're gonna put in the stuff underneath here, and I was supposed to call Josh and get a quote on burning an electrical line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And although there seems like there was a discussion earlier about this, when are they going to paint the parking lot lines? Several people have told me that it's the Wild West on the entire Main Street.
I gotta coordinate with Catherine and Lakes Region Line Strike.
We made
Catherine?
Why
Why Catherine?
Because she was my...
available to meet with them.
I see.
To show the
Your
difference.
assistant.
Yes, my assistant.
Okay.
A lot of the parking lots.
Because you have a JOB, there you go.
If she's not available, I can go down.
Okay,
As long as, it really is the Wild West. They're angle parking in front of the barber shop. They're like literally parking on top of last week, before they painted the crosswalks, they were
angle
parking right on top of the crosswalk. Like, well, duh, that should be a no-brainer, but, just curious.
In front of the barber shop will be angled parking, 6 to 10 feet away from the
Well, this
crosswalk.
was right at the crosswalk.
Oh, okay.
This was crazy, like right in front of their window. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's no good for fire trucks getting out, that's for sure.
they don't get out that way.
Or even turning
They
in.
don't go in that way. They either come
They never
Center
use that?
Street or they come in by the bank. You should
Okay. then.
watch it.
They do come up the
I've
other.
never seen them.
They do come-
Try on. I have always seen, they
They
either,
come up that one or they go down the other one.
I either see them turn on Center Street and head down or turn at the old Providian.
Oh, they do come out of one of those roads occasionally. I know they do.
Well, they'll come out of Rescue, but that's
I see.
the two parallels by the church. Congo Church.
On page 4, there's, in part of the motion about the line striking, I left out the hiring resolution.
Okay.
Saying the best selectmen club to hire those.
Yep. I see it. Make a motion, we accept the minutes as corrected.
Second.
That was last week. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Acceptance?
Well, I still approve the minutes
Okay.
are in the correct order.
All right. Striping, our new director starts Monday.
Has his name been announced?
Brock Mitchell, last week we did. Brock Mitchell from Gilman.
Welcome aboard, Brock.
That's it.
He's on the agenda for next week, too, huh?
Yes, next week he's on the agenda. I don't think that we need to actually speak with him, but he should be here to see how it's done.
Trying to scare him off.
Yeah, try to scare him off early.
If he can't take a selectmen's meeting, he'll never be able to do public work.
Did everyone get a copy of the chief's report? Did you forward it, Gail?
I did.
You did?
I did not.
I'll do it. I get it.
Okay.
Got it.
There's an active shooter drill this Sunday at the Tanger outlet. Peter, if you'd like to witness it, we can be in the command center
Okay.
with him if you'd like. It's around 6:30 is set up.
There's a rumor you might know one of the bad guys. You'll see when the time comes, I guess. It's supposed to be a drill, right?
So when is it?
It's Sunday evening.
What time? In the evening? Okay.
Who is it, my uncle?
No, me.
Oh, oh! I know that one.
I was a bad guy at the school during the active shooter thing there. And if I'd have been real Richard Orr, it would be
Command
no more.
There's over 250 folks, Homeland Security.
FBI,
FBI,
bomb
state.
squad, state police. It's going to be a big thing. And they're having two in the state, one's in Rochester.
Salem.
I think he said Rochester.
Salem.
Salem. I think he said Rochester.
Rockingham.
Maybe that's where I got the R from.
They, so if you'd like to, it's around 6:30, and it'll be in, the command center will be in the office portion of it.
The Tanger office? Okay.
And trained local officials are a part of the equation in a real scenario. Because I've taken some training on this with the chief at the classes, and in that kind of a thing, our function is to provide resources. They can do coordinate, whatever we can do to help. I think maybe. You never can tell. There'll be plenty of people to cover you, I think. There's going to be lots of guns there.
Yeah.
And thank you very much to the Tanger Outlet for allowing the use of the facilities, because it really is a big thing for them to, you know, because you basically have to close down the mall on Sunday evening at 5:30 or whatever to conduct this exercise, so.
Right. All right, for me, I don't have anything else. If anybody else has anything.
I have just the one last thing.
You got it?
Madam Chair, at this time, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All
Yes.
those in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Let the record show, it's
And we're on
6:45.
This is almost like being in, well, I won't even use the end. They only show up for a few hours. Apparently, that's all they have to show up for, so.
Because they're too busy stealing our employees, right?
Well, there you go.